once again. Yes. Can you just check if you can hear me once more? I didn't speak. I just about to speak now. Can you hear me? Is it audible now? Can you just type about? I just want to know if I'm audible to all of you because the sound was faint, but I just yes. Hello. It's still the same.
Better, but still isn't not clear as what I
Now, are you still hearing the background noise? Yes. So let me start the session first. As you, if you feel like there is some interference with your audio, please let me know. As we all know, I introduce myself. My name is Raj. I'm the person who is taking care of hear me now? Sorry that I'm keeping all of you. Someone could just let me know if I'm audible to all of you.
Is the voice audible?
My voice is going. I'm like it's showing some echo, but I don't know. I just switched the system. Okay, it's fine now. Thank you. I'm really sorry, and it's just I'm grateful for all of you to have a little bit to have. I mean, to show your patience. So that I just changed the system once more. My name is Raj. I'm a person who is taking care of marketing and operations part. See, yeah, if you have questions, my colleagues will definitely answer you with regard to all your concerns and queries. So you know about Europe Study Center, because you are hearing to a lot of our partners who are speaking about Europe Study Center and its study program, and you have a little bit, understanding about what we are. But you can see that we are pioneers in this industry for 15 long years, and we are recruiting more than 1,000 plus students every year, and we are direct representatives of 500 plus universities, both private as well as public, inside European Union, including UK. So um, um, yeah, you see the certifications. These are the certifications which we have received from governing bodies like international education, that is EAIE, and then I have mentioned, the certifications like ARC. It's an American International Recruitment Council, where we have the license from the federal government of US to recruit students to United States. And finally, we have the license from Praxis, which is, we are associated with Praxis, which is funded by European Commission. And this is a program, actually a gateway. If you see that logo is little bit small, if you expand, the expanded version is, it's a gateway to European internship opportunities. To just give a short a brief about Praxis, in 3 different stages, the Praxis is helping students to find internships. Even before joining a course in European Union, the student can search for an internship. During the studies, that is, if a student is getting admission and if he's doing his studies during the course of internship. So it's like 3 different stages. So we are closely associated with that organization, which is funded by European Commission for finding internship opportunities for students. So this is what the certifications of Europe Study Center. And as I mentioned, we are not a mere consultant. Rather, we are direct Indian representatives of the universities in European Union. And then our offices, which is spread across the globe. It's not only in India, we have offices outside in Middle East as well as southeastern countries, including Europe. We have our own offices. So anybody who is listening to me, if they are from any part of India, for example, we have offices from up north to down south. So we have offices in Kashmir, we have offices in Uttarakhand. So if you are listening to me from any of will see the contact details inside our website, europestudycenter.com. So this is about the details of the locations, the branches that we have. And coming to the university partnership, or the countries that we are closely associated with. So I think you can hear me. I'm believing you can hear me. And when it in the slide that you're seeing right now, let's take a few countries from Scandinavian country. I will take some examples, and then I will take from Eastern Europe and from Central Europe. So when it comes to Scandinavian country, let's talk about Sweden. See, Sweden is a well-known country to the entire world, because when you take Sweden, the best, according to the ranking, the third best passport in the world goes to Sweden. You know why? Because if a citizen is having, if a person is having a Swedish passport, he can enter 124 countries without visa. That is the best highlight about Sweden. So, And again, if you see the European, if you see the Europe Study Center, the association with we are very proud to mention this particular university, that is Uppsala University. If you go to the website of the university, you will be finding their global partners, and among the global partners in their website, Europe Study Center is one. So Uppsala University, when I speak about Uppsala University, this university is the top leading university for research. And also, there are all these Nobel Prize winners are scientists in the field of physics and chemistry. So, literally speaking, they are Nobel. I mean, they own they are Nobel Prize winners. Actually, eight of the professors who are from Uppsala University hold this prize, which is very prestigious, as you know. So, again, this is about Sweden. Then let's come to Finland. Know, when you take the world's best educational system is goes to Finland. And again, Finland is having a long-standing reputation. That means they have a consistency in maintaining the rank in two different forums, that is Times Higher Education and QS ranking. And proudly we present, Europe Study Center is presenting to you that we are representing one of the top ranking university in Finland, that is University of Helsinki. Which is in high demand among all the students is the program that is data science, engineering and analytics. So if you take this particular program, they have the same parallel exchange program which is available in Technical University of Munich, which is a world ranking university. Again, they have the same syllabuses and have the exchange with University of Helsinki. And if you see the present ranking, it is between actually Europe Studies Center is representing. And now let's come to the Eastern European country. If you take Lithuania, see, I don't know how many of you have this idea or have heard about Lithuanian, broadband system. If you take the world's best broadband service, that is the world's fastest public Wi-Fi, which is measured, according to the to say that I mean Lithuania is ranking one when it comes to the fastest public Wi-Fi, and even US is coming 20th actually, according to the ranking. And see, according to the World Bank, Lithuania is a high income economy. The economy of the Lithuanian government or is dominating the services of Lithuanian economy. Um, just give me a second. I heard that the voice is breaking, so I want to know if just give me 2 minutes. Sorry, I was just concerned about the internet, because I want to know whether you people can hear me, because these are very important information which I'm sharing to you with regard to the country and its growth and in the field which it dominates. As I told you, information technology is the area where the country is dominating when it comes to their GDP. And also, four of the students from the University of I would like to speak more about in my coming webinars. This particular university is having four students, those who have started internship with NASA. So, during their studies, that is, they are studying during their third year studies of engineering in the faculty of electronics and electricals, they got the internship to do, to do their internship in NASA. So, the Lithuanian education system for students from the period of 2014, which I mean to say that all our Indian students who we are actually recruiting, I have recruited those who are in the campuses of KTU, that is Kaunas Technical University in Lithuania, is having this opportunity to do their internship with one of the most prestigious organization called NASA. So this is a very important information which I would like to share with you. Before I mentions about the university partnerships, we are talking about those universities which is renowned for its research as well as high ranking in Times Higher Education and QS ranking. And moreover, sorry, I have this internet issues actually because I have this from morning because of bad weather, I guess. That's the reason why my internet is not connecting properly. Can you just I think you can hear me properly right now. Yes. Um, Thank you for your patience once more. Again, I was talking about the Lithuania, the country Lithuania, and the representation that we have, that is KTU, that is Kaunas Technical University. And now, one more point I would like to add, that is, the KTU have signed an MOU, that is an agreement with IIT Delhi. This information, if you go to the website of KTU, you will be finding it, and it is visible for the public. So KTU is having an MOU signed with IIT, that is for exchange of students as well as faculties. So this is all about the Lithuania, which I took it from the Eastern European. And let's take the Czech Republic. The Czech Republic, I wanted to tell you, the Czech Republic is the seventh safest country in the world. And its location, if you take the location of Czech Republic, it is in the heart of Central European country. It is in the heart of Central Europe, which means it is bordering Germany, then Austria, then Slovakia, then Slovenia. So it's in the heart of Europe. And the Czech Republic is considered as they have an advanced standard of living, as well as the healthcare system is so much improvised. And they majorly concentrate on machinery engineering and electronics, automobile manufacturing, and brewing, etc. These are the major source of income for Czech Republic. Again, one more important information I would like to share. You have heard about the contact lens, that the people put it on their eyes instead of glasses. See, the contact lens was first invented by a chemist in Czech Republic. So, and it is also having the heritage of one of the oldest universities in Central Europe is from Czech, that is Charles University. And the lowest unemployment rate in Czech is 2.2. And one more important information I would like to add is, if you take Czech, about the famous, one of the world's tallest building, that is Burj Khalifa in in UAE, in Dubai. And if you take the manufacturers who have, actually the architects who have built that, and among them, the mirrors of that particular building was used by a manufacturer from Czech, and it is called as CO. It is me. I mean, this. They are the manufacturers of glass and mirrors. So again, in Czech Republic, we are representing the top ranking universities, this Technical University of Ostrava, which I mentioned you in my previous webinar, that this is the 21st, they have the 21st fastest supercomputer in the world. And we have a university, that is Technical University of Liberec, that is TUL. Again, this particular university is it is having an MOU signed with IIT Delhi and IIT Bombay, because there is a professor whose name is Vijay Batila, who is a professor, senior professor in IIT Delhi, who did his PhD from Technical University of Liberec. So I don't have to explain you much now about the university partnerships and the countries that we represent. In every single country that we are representing, that Europe Study Center is representing, we are representing the top ranking universities. And coming to the next the next slide, that is with regard to the current scenario. Yeah, now there is you can see that. See, there is a real problem in our educational system. That is, our students are more inclined to memorize certain things rather than using their intelligence. See, for this, I would like to add some data, or I would like to add some vital information for you, because you all have heard about as an institution called OECD, that is Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. It is built in order to actually find out the. I mean, they are in existence to construe or to make policies for better lives or better living. So OECD report, in combination with PISA. PISA means, that is a program for international student assessment. According to their report, it says that an effective educational system leads to a strong economic growth. Otherwise, I would say the studies or the education that the students are getting from an institution or an university, how effectively they apply those skills in the real life. That is what the studies mentions, that OECD in combination with PISA mentions that Europe, especially Finland, Germany, and Sweden, ranks top three in implementing the skills that the students learn from the education. That is not happening in the present situation, especially when it comes to the Indian educational system. And I'm not criticizing the Indian educational system. Our educational system is it's really good and it has its own potential, but only it rests with some of the top universities or colleges like IITs. And compared to the others, it's completely what you can see in the slide. It's all about memorizing and never using the intelligence. Even US, UK, Australia, and English speaking countries, the universities in those countries are ranking below Finland, Germany, and Sweden. I mean, that is one of the greatest, difference when it comes to the present scenario. And yes, coming to the next slide, that is, what country offers the right course. See, it is more about, every universities that we are representing, it is not offering the degree that the student asks for. It varies, according to each and every program that the student choose. For example, there are plenty of inquiries, which students used to put across to us with regard to free education. And in that, majority of the students are not eligible, or they are not even meeting the minimum criteria that they want in order to get an admission into those universities. So it varies according to universities, it varies according to the options that you have, the interest that you have, and also the budget that you have. So it depends upon, it varies according to the country, I mean, to the according to the universities. um yeah. Then let's get in. See, this is what, different countries offers different subjects, or the specialization goes according to different see, for example, the students who wants to take management studies, they prefer France, because the France is known for its reputation among the industries, for having triple accredited universities and triple crown universities, where they are getting easy accessible to the employers. And when it comes to Finland, as I said, you have research oriented programs. As I already mentioned, they one of the most sought after program is data analytics and engineering, which has been going, it's a trend actually. So if you take each and every individual country, including Germany, we all know almost 95 percentage of the universities are public universities, and the universities are autonomous. Therefore, they are providing free education for the students. So depending upon each and every country, it has its own differentiation. And again, if you take Europe as a whole, it is open for everyone. They have an affordable fee structure, which you will be seeing in my later slides, or contact our colleagues, they will give you more information on that. When it comes to these English proficiency test, there are waive offs given to the students if they have their medium of instruction taught in English. And there are paid internships available for the students, especially when it comes to France. I told you there are plenty of business schools which are providing internship opportunities for the students. And also in Lithuania, I told you, the university is having a collaboration with NASA, where they are helping students to go for internships over there. And this is all about the internship opportunities. And then it's the Schengen visa. I don't have to explain that, because you all know, a student who's getting into any country, he can access the entire other territories without a visa, because the student is getting a Schengen visa. And again, the Erasmus mobility, because once the student enters, he doesn't have that border restrictions. Therefore, he can actually plan his program accordingly. If he's taking a bachelor's program for first year, if he studies in the host country, the remaining 3 years he's having an option to exchange or transfer his credits from one country to another country. So that is why we call it as Europe is having an open system. Again, the budget, see, it depends. After this, yeah, um, I'm really sorry, because my internet connectivity is little bit slow here and there. That is the reason why some of you cannot hear. But I'm trying my best to yeah. Again, when it comes to budget, the Scandinavia, it differs according to the countries. That is, Scandinavian countries, the fee structure is high, and Eastern European or Balkan region countries, it is the fees is very much subsidized. And when it comes to Central European country, it again having some issue with regard. It must be clear. I'm just having some difficulties. I can understand some of you are writing anyway. This is so it depends upon the student's budget. He can choose the programs which is available for him. So here is the slide where you can see the tuition fees varies according to 3 different categories. There is one category where the tuition fee starts from 1,50,000 rupees. And also, when you take category 2, it is having a free education system, which I've already mentioned to you. And when you come to category 3, the fee structure is high. And also there are universities where you have to have those IELTS or GRE or TOEFL, like that. So it all depends upon the different programs that you choose. And then let's come into the next that is what is the difference in the educational system between India and Europe? As a small yeah. I'm trying my, there is some connectivity issue again. It's okay, but I'm trying my best. See, there is a difference in the education system between India and Europe. See, when it comes to European education system, they are following a system called CBL, that is challenge-based learning and problem-based learning. So when you take these two systems, it's more about practical oriented studies. See, as I mentioned, according to the OECD report, as well as the program for international student assessment, that is PISA, a student, the university is aiming out for that type of education which helps them to implement their skills in real life. That is the major difference between the Indian educational system and European educational system. And if you take the professor and the students ratio, it is normally 15:1, which means the students, they are divided into groups. So it means GDs happen every single day. Group discussions. In the group discussions, there will be one facilitator, that is the professor, who will be talking to 15 number of students. When the numbers of students are very much limited, the professor can easily, trace out the student's capacity and capability, and can work accordingly to make him improve in his subject. And that is why, we call it as more practical oriented studies, and more attention being given to the students qualified. And there is a recent research which I read early. It is published in many journals also. They have mentioned three different criterias in order to have a very best education system. One is the openness, the second one is the quality assurance, or the recognition of degree globally. That is the second criteria. And the third one is sustainable development and equitable access. What do you mean by openness? See, when you have these three systems in place, that particular university is considered, or that particular country is considered as the best. There are certain bodies, there are certain international dedicated bodies who are executing these three criterias in, especially implementation of these strategies are happening by these bodies. For example, NUFIC, that is in Netherlands, DAD in Germany, NAVA in Poland, and Campus France in France. These are the bodies, which implements these strategies, which means openness means they are recruiting, they are looking for international students. More internationalizations are happening. And the second point is like, they focus on the quality, they focus on the recognition of their degree throughout the entire world. So a degree that you obtain from Europe, it should be recognized globally. So this is what they are maintaining when it comes to the second strategy. And the final one is equitable access, as well as sustainable development, which means they are giving access to their programs for each and every individual students they are, whom are qualified. So when you have these strategies in place, this is what makes it different from the rest of the world. So again, I think I won't be able to finish the entire slide, because already the information which I had given to you had, I think I had talked a lot about the European programs, its association, our association, and the partner universities, and the difference between the Indian educational system and the European educational system. So in short, I just want to wind up with a few more words. That is, we Europe Study Center, we are representing those top class universities. And I mentioned to you about the universities that, for example, in Sweden, Uppsala University. If you go to the university website, you will see our address. And also, there are 8 Nobel Prize winners who are closely associated with this university. And also University of Pisa, we are the direct representative of University of Pisa in Italy. So we are having representations throughout the entire European Union. So I'm gladly inviting all of you, to contact us and to talk to our colleagues to know more about the Europe Study Center and this association. Once more, thank you so much. Thank you all.